We got to talk about it. We got to play this.
Ooh.
I have no idea. I saw when I woke up this morning, you sent me this email last night at, hold on a second. No, it was before dark.
Wowzers.
I did. Now I went to your friend Grace Ann's, our friend Grace Ann's 20th anniversary party at Avalon there on Uri Drive.
So sorry I missed her.
Adrian Perkins was there. Miss Ollie stopped by. Mayoral candidates abounded, as did, well, just a lot of our friends. And you ended up missing out. You ended up going to Minden. We'll talk about that later or not. I mean, it was, I don't know, some kind of weird booty call or something.
Hush.
I don't.
Hush.
You mean I'm close to true?
No.
Okay.
Zip it. Don't tell my personal business. Zip it.
Did you just say business?
Yes. Zip it up over there.
That might be the most
Awfully.
disturbing part of
But
that entire...
before I made my
Awfully
trip,
defensive about
before I made my BC,
Yeah.
I
booty call.
hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Business call.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead.
Dear Lord.
I was watching some of the city council meeting. Robert, it's getting down and dirty.
About what?
They were cursing.
Well, I know.
It's budget time.
Let me take a guess. Would it be fair to assume that Stephanie Lynch is involved in it?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
He's a winner.
So, and not from South Carolina. So we have two segments here.
Yeah.
And this has to do with,
There was a little blow up. Stephanie Lynch is raising concerns about the public works budget.
well, pardon me, because you did the ride. You rode with her one Saturday
Yes.
through her district.
I did.
And one of her complaints, and you will say with some degree of legitimacy,
Oh, yeah.
is the inconsistent city services.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts off with, I guess, CAO, Chief Administrative Officer Brian Crawford, telling, I would suppose, Ms. Lynch that, wait a second, we got the money we got. And for what we got, the money we got, we're doing a pretty good job.
And I think that budget reflects what the city is able to do with the funds that we have available. And so I think I disagree with you. I think the city's done a phenomenal job with the resources and finances that we have available to keep up with the right-of-ways, to keep them cut, to keep the ditches clean. And there are times that things fall through the cracks, but with the budget that we have, I think this administration and Public Works has done a phenomenal job.
Ryan, you almost made me say something.
Well, go ahead and say it.
No, I don't know. I don't think I should say that over this mic. But suffice it to say, a phenomenal job with what the monies that we have. When you know that the monies that we have are not sufficient, and I'm not talking about no falling through the cracks. Okay, that's gonna happen. I understand that. I'm talking about the delivery of basic city services.
And they have been
throughout. No, they have not.
Yes, they have.
Throughout this city.
Yes, they have.
Well, I would say if you would come off the second floor.
Do it all the time.
And, well, no, I don't think you've been through District F lately.
I've been there longer than you have.
Okay, well, I think you have not been in District F lately.
On a regular basis.
Because if you had, you would not be saying that a phenomenal job has been done, okay?
I would disagree with you.
So the point that I'm making is, well, the voters will decide here soon.
So basically, now wait a second. I assume from this point it gets a little hotter. Is that
Oh, yeah.
because basically what Stephanie is saying is you're telling me, she says that Brian is telling her that the city's doing a bang-up job with city services, and Stephanie, like normal, is, let me read between the lines again, and we can get Miss Stephanie on the phone later, but basically what she's saying is that maybe in some neighborhoods, same thing she said to you, same thing she said in this studio on numerous occasions.
She said if ditches in Southeast Shreveport looked like some of these ditches, people would be screaming.
The point that I'm making is that there's no increase in the operational expenses for Public Works.
That's because there's no increase in the overall budget, councilperson. As you realize, there's only a certain number of revenue. If the revenue increases, then we can increase those areas in the budget that the executive branch provides to the council. The council can make those amendments. But until the revenue increases, you can't increase expenditures until you can increase revenue.
So we're basically telling people, tough, you know what?
Absolutely not. We're providing the
Well,
same
that's
high
what
level
you're
of
saying.
services that we've been providing. But
You're saying tough
what you're asking,
basically.
what you're asking me to do.
That's what you're saying.
What you're asking, and I'm not cussing at you, and I think that's inappropriate.
You told me to say what I was thinking,
Well,
and I did.
you can say what you're thinking.
Okay,
It still doesn't
so
make it
no,
professional.
no.
Still doesn't make it right. Let me finish. You can't spend more money than you're taking in. What you're asking the administration to do is to budget more expenses than we have in revenue. We can't do that. So when we see more revenue, we dedicate it to those areas that we feel need it
So
the
in
most.
the
And that's
meantime-
why you see police getting that increase.
In the meantime,
In the meantime, we do the outstanding job we do with the resources that we have available, just like every other city.
So sum up. Tell me what you're thinking when you listen to that, because to me, and I don't mean, I'm going to make a statement, but it's going to sound like ho-hum, that's just Stephanie being Stephanie. But what I mean is, it's Stephanie repeating what she has said repeatedly over and over again about what she feels are the inconsistencies in the
Right.
delivery of services specifically to her constituents.
Here's the big issue. The Public Works Department is fully funded, at about the same level it was this year. And the problem is you can't keep staff. And I talked to some city workers while I was out on the streets with her, and they're making $12 an hour, some of them $10 an hour. They're working long hours out in the hot sun. If they find a better job, guess what? They take it. They move on. The mayor got in this conversation later, and maybe we can share some of that with you too. She said, we're fighting to keep fully staffed. Our problem is to keep fully staffed because our unemployment rate is now under 5%. It's the lowest it's been in Shreveport for a long time, though it's higher than the nationwide average.
One of the highest in Louisiana, by the way, but go ahead.
But it's still low compared to where we've been in years past. And so it's hard to find workers that will stay in these city jobs that are typically low paid, hard, strenuous hours, and hard work. And the mayor pledged to do a better job of finding ways to keep staff on staff. But Stephanie's frustrated. She's knocking on doors right now. People are in her face going, look at my ditch. You've been a councilman for 4 years. What have you done for me lately? And she's hearing it.
And
I heard it while I was out there with her.
It is almost election time.
You bet.